How did the Flannel Crew start? That's a really good question. So I remember just being a young guy, getting into the sport, bought my first $200-300 downhill bike as a Cannondale Gemini. And my best friend Carrie and I used to ride COP quite a bit. Just met some people there, one of those key figures being Bryant. Got to know him super well, got riding with him, and started riding moose. Just got to know more and more of the community. The stoke and passion for the sport just took over. We'd always looked up to people like the Coastal Crew, for example. They've always done sick stuff. They have this like cool group of friends that just goes out in the woods, builds trails, shreds, have a good time, pull all their content together, and they look like they're killing it. So we're like, you know what? That's something we should aspire to be one day and a place we should go. So we just decided, let's make our own team. One day, probably 6 beers in, riding Jean Guy, took a break on the side of the trail with Bryant, and both wearing flannel shirts. He's like, Joe, we could be the Flannel Crew. And I was like, yeah, we could, man. And then it was just kind of history from there. I took a computers class in university and made like a crappy template logo and an Instagram page and just started using my marketing education to build it up, and then now it is what it is. So the amazing thing about Bryant, I know that he's having a video done as well, and this is a fun fact behind Bryant, is he got hit by a car when he was a lot younger, and he has like no mobility left in his ankles anymore. So when I stick Bryant on my motorcycle, he can't shift it. So if you're thinking about mountain biking, think of all the action your feet and your heels have to do to stay on the pedals. And Bryant's just kind of flat-footed and just hoping for the best. He's just like ta 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 ta, right? I get this all the time because I'll be following him and he just like yanks off a root or something and then just lands into bomb holes, and he can hold on and I barely can. So it definitely keeps me on my toes. He just sounds like a heavy metal song, right? Like you think that Ride the Lightning's playing or something every time he steps on a bike. I just miss his cowboy boots. I want to get him out of the geriatric shoes. I miss him wearing his cowboy boots. I didn't think he knew how to tie shoes for the longest time. You gotta roast your friends at least once a week, right? Like you can't give them too much of an easy pass. So Moose has been a big passion project for me for a long, long time. When did I start Moose? I feel like it was like the Flannel Crew was starting to pick up, and I was starting to finish my degree at Mount Royal, and I was getting really interested in marketing, started working at an agency and stuff, and social media really interested me as a career, and I just needed some resume builders. In 2015, there was a gentleman named Joel Smebby. He was a good friend and a good guy. He was the social media guy for MBits at the time. He was moving to Oregon, and he approached me in the parking lot while I was drinking beers one day, and he said, hey man, you guys are killing it. You're putting out tons of content. You're making my job really easy. I'm moving. Like, would you have any interest in this role? And I said, yeah, like it would be a wicked opportunity to, A, give back to the community, and B, take over in his footsteps and just build a portfolio for myself. The next year after that at the AGM, I was sitting there, the old president was stepping down, the VP got bumped up to president, and they're like, oh, who wants to be the MBits VP? A gentleman named Maurice who was sitting beside me literally just like grabbed my hand and went like this. I was sucked in, just did the best I could to put stoke into the trails, into the community, and try to make this place better in every way that I could. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Just trying to make Moose a better place.
Whee! Good catch. There. Well done. Oh, yeah.
One thing that I'm insanely thankful for is just the people in my life. Like for my family being super supportive, parents just going, hey, go ride bikes, go do your thing. It's obviously something you're super passionate about, and we can see that you're making a difference in the community, and we think that's awesome. To coworkers and bosses and stuff like that, just being like, yeah, you're doing good things in the world. It's awesome to see that you're out there riding your bike and having a good time. And even my girlfriend, Andrea, she has been integral in just getting out on the bike more. She is definitely equally as stoked on bikes as I am, and honestly just down to ride all the same stuff, which is amazing, right? Like I go out with her and we throw down, we ride all the big hits and stuff on bike trips. We take turns guinea pigging things, and it's just wicked to see her progress and shred along with me. It's, bike dates are pretty rad, so I can't complain there. And she's also done some amazing things. It's worth checking out her page, Slady's MTB. They're doing crazy good things for the women's community, making some more inclusivity in bikes and just getting more butts on bikes, right? It's wicked to see more ladies on the trail and more of them just giving the guys a run for their money. They're all shredders, and that's awesome to see. Wish, some of the big event organizers, wink wink, would pick up on it and maybe invite a few more ladies out. Could make it a little bit more of a cool dynamic to get some more ladies in there and just see what happens.
The Nomad? Oh my God, that is by far one of the most ridiculous projects I've ever had my entire life. So, similar to the foundation of the Flannel Crew, just being, you know, buddies on the trail going like, oh yeah, we could do that. It was another one of those cocky, like, yeah, I can do that, no problem kind of moments. We were just sitting at Austin's house one night having a couple beers, and he's just like, Joe, we should make a movie. And I was just like, it's probably a lot of work, but he's a lot of spare time. Yeah, we should make a movie. We could totally do this. And I think in that moment, the Joey Austin dynamic is a very interesting thing. And I will say this because I love that man wholeheartedly like my brother, and same thing with Bryant. And those two are so full of stoke, but they're not detail guys, right? And if there's one thing that I learned being the VP of MBITS is that you need to be a detail guy, right? There's a lot of loose ends and things that you should clean up that can get dropped, and that becomes problematic. So I just let those two blaze ahead with the stoke and the vision, and kind of helped with some of the storyboarding. Just picked up the legal details, like we should license some music so we don't go to jail. If we're gonna fly a drone in this area, maybe we should get a permit. You know, just stuff like that. I was kind of like the behind the scenes guy, and you know, still got a part in the movie. I'm not gonna lie, it's by far one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. It was, on the face of it, seemed very easy, but I learned a very new respect for film studios and stuff like that. Even though we were all sick of, you know, Teton Gravity Research and Matchstick Productions putting out these big movies and just like not being as stoked on them as we wanted to be. It wasn't like the Follow Me era or, you know, like pure freeride era, and things just kind of felt lame, and we thought we could do better, and we gave it our best shot. I think the writing and the spirit was there. Maybe the production and the post end of it wasn't quite there, but we're learning. We're gonna make another one. We're gonna keep going at those guys until we beat them. That's the way we are.
You guys did manage to settle the premiere, so that's pretty badass.
Yeah, man. I honestly, like, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I was going to fill a theater of people once, let alone a couple times now, to come see our movie. Like, we're just some boneheads that started this stupid thing one day drinking beers, and it's become a beast. So I'm stoked. I'm not famous by any means, but we've made an online presence. People know who we are. And it's just created so many opportunities to be connected to amazing people. Like people like Tristan and James from Motor MTB, many of our sponsors, whether it's Mike Brothers at NRG or, you know, the guys at Bocycle, they're Joel and his family, Fox Racing, Danica, Ryan, Cam, all those guys. Like, we wouldn't have met anybody if it wasn't for this, right? And if there's one thing that I'm going to take away from the Flannel Crew, if I died tomorrow, it's just that I've met a lot of amazing people and had the opportunity to have some incredible experiences and just do really cool shit. And, you know, at the end of the day, the end mission behind all of that was raise money, give back, and just leave the world a better place than we found it. And I think we've managed to do that. We've thrown money at the trails. We've got people stoked up, got people, you know, out of their comfort zone and got them to hit some features. And I think we brought the stoke. That was the name of the game. One thing that I do want to shout out here, you know, before we cut things off, is just like all the incredible mentors that I've had volunteering during my time with Moose. Like people like Reg Mullet, I can't thank that guy enough for just like showing me you don't have to let the old man in. You can just stay rad well into your later years. And even Chris Carrier, when he was president, like he was like an older brother to me, man. He taught me so much about life and bikes and helped me out a lot. And Ashley has been incredible too. She's just one of the most put together humans I've ever met, and I think I'd be lost without her right now, to be honest. So I'm just thankful that I've gotten to meet people like that in my time volunteering. Spoken from the heart, trying.
Yeah.
This one's for all the kids and all the teachers that said I'd never amount to nothing.
Yeah. Another movie.
Yeah, man, 100%.